We lived on a 100-acre farm and took care of cows, horses, dogs, you name it. And I was afraid of the animals, and I was afraid of swimming pools because every time I'd get near a swimming pool, we had all these teenage boys that was Roger's friends, and they would hang around there, and they would grab me and throw me in that swimming pool. I never did learn to swim because I was too scared. To this day, I don't like water. I like to take a bath, and that's the amount of water I can handle. It's enough to take a bath in. Oh.
Reba and Merrill's met.
Well, they met at school. We went to we lived. We went to a 3-room school, and so they were in the same grade, I think, or he may have been a little bit ahead of her, but they met and fell in love, and that was the end of the story. They got married. They were only Reba was probably about 15 when they got married. Oh. And that was because Dad wouldn't let her get married any sooner. And Melrose they were pretty close in the same age. And but she said that she married him because she wanted his mother. And he did have a real sweet mother. And of course, our mom died when we were all young. And so about a year before he died, he was going on about her, and she says, I never did tell you the reason I married you, did I? I married you so I could have your mother. But they got along real good.
What about your mom and dad? How did they meet?
Well, I think my dad was babysitting for my mom. And he was like 15 years older than her. That's why I said that. I'm just making fun of it. But they lived in a small town. Everything was small town around there. And he was about 10, 12 years older than her. And they met and got married and then had 6 kids. I was close to the bottom of the list. It's Roger, Robert, and Rella, Roy, and Ronald Reeder.
Good stuff. Tell us about Becky being born. Anything interesting?
No. Born on Thanksgiving Day.
She's born on Thanksgiving Day, and she was she the first one? Yeah, she's the oldest. So she was born on Thanksgiving Day, and I'd waited a while to get a baby, and I was real happy to have her. And even the rest of you, when you came along, I was glad to get you and Greg and
Ask me if I was happy.
yeah. Oh, you were the one that spoiled her rotten.
Tell me about Greg's birth.
Greg was kind of shy, and even when he was born,
You had a stroke when he was born.
yeah.
So tell us about that.
I had a stroke when he was born. It wasn't anything I was not, I was pretty old, I guess, when he was born, but I did have a stroke, and I was in the hospital for a while, and that's about all I remember.
Okay, well then let's talk about your favorite son, Mike. About his birth.
Well, I was scared to have him. I didn't know what was going to happen after Mike. after Greg came along. So, but you did pretty good.
I had a heart murmur, didn't I?
Yeah, you had some health problems. You had yeah, it was and but I'd never. The first time I ever went to a doctor was when I got pregnant with Becky, and then I had her, and everything went real good, and then I had Greg, and I had some problems, but everything went. We're all still here, so everything went good.